Welcome back again on IESF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022. And for now, we are on the last match between Group B and C. And like usual, I would like to say thank you for our government sponsors. So thank you once again for Kemenparekraf, Kemenpora, KONI, NOC Indonesia, and Wonderful Indonesia. Here we are on a fire stage, still on PUBG Mobile in the IESF 14 World Esports Championship. So, we're gonna start the game, and like usual, I will talk to the casters. Please welcome once again Donaviska and El Doge.
Thank you very much, Mas Geror, Gary, Eka, and well, we are back here on the caster desk, and we're gonna proceeding into the last series of today between Group B versus C with me, Silda Donaviska, and also El Doge here. We are ready.
The last group.
The last group.
The last dance.
The last dance.
Three more games to the grand final.
Games. Yeah. This is like especially for the teams inside the Group B. This is gonna be like do or die situation as also for them. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our sponsors here in the IESF World Esports Championship, the 14th Bali 2022. We got our main sponsor here, which is JHL Group, and also this event is sponsored by JHL Auto, Nusa Pay, DAS, Gudang Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina, and also Hydro Coco. We also have our official telco partner, Telkomsel, official smartphone partner, Samsung Galaxy A series, internet service provider partner, IndiHome, travel management partner, HIN, hotel partner, Episode Hotel, and our beloved venue right here, right now, Marusaka Hotel. Esports broadcaster partner, Mineski Global, IFVL, and also ESIT, production partner, Lemon ID. And also, we got our special media partners, Trans7, Detik.com, Esports.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dance TV, Dance Play, Merah Putih, Bola Score, and Kami Bijak.
Not to mention the government support. Thank you so much for Kemenpora, Kemenparekraf, KONI, and OC Indonesia, and also Wonderful Indonesia.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Without all of your support, we wouldn't be here enjoying and also witnessing the best moments of PUBG Mobile as one of the division or one of the game title here alongside with any other amazing game title as well. There Dota 2 that is running right now, CSGO or CSGO, also Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, Tekken, and also eFootball.
So yeah, back to the PUBG Mobile. All the players are preparing right now. They really want to give their best shot because, again, this is the last three chance. They don't want to waste it. They want to go to the grand final. And according to the points, I think it's safe to say the top three are safe because the points already that high, especially Saudi Arabia with the only team achieved for about 300 points. So, the next question. And I think you already mentioned, you already discussed a lot with Chuchu before. The position coming from the 9th or the 9th to the 15, no, not 15, 13 I guess.
Yeah.
13 is the last team that can still proceed to the grand final. But back again, will it be another surprise coming from the teams? Because Brunei with treble or 3 winner chicken dinner, they're just so amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy. But before we jump into the last series of the day, we're gonna like refresh our mind a little bit about the total prize pool, which is as high as $100,000 US. But only top 3 teams later in the grand final will take the cut of the total prize pool itself. The third is gonna take $20,000 US, the second $30,000 US, and also the first is gonna take the half cut of the total prize pool, which is $50,000 US.
Yep. And for our Indonesian viewers, 100,000 USD is actually 1.5 billion rupiah.
Billion is like milliard in
Indonesia.
Yeah.
So you can buy a lot of things. So yeah, it's a very huge prize pool. And back to the participating teams. Group A, Libya, Senegal, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Brunei, Azerbaijan, and Sri Lanka, they've done.
Yeah.
They already did their best. All the games already done for them. But this is the last dance. Group B and Group C, which Group B consists Korea, Mauritius, Bahrain, Chinese Taipei, Vietnam, and Iraq. While in Group C, Ghana, Jordan, Djibouti, Guatemala, Maldives, and Egypt.
Yes, this is gonna be the last dance, the last chance for them. And if we're seeing at the leaderboard or the updated leaderboard, both of the teams or countries from Groups B and also C actually like still in the middle area between like top 11
Oh,
or
yeah.
they get away from the top 11 itself, especially for Bahrain actually, because like they are at the edge of the top 11, both Bahrain and also Egypt. But Chinese Taipei though, in the earlier of the day, they were in the mid area of the leaderboard,
Okay.
like in the edge of the top 11 or not. But now, after three games that they've played, they actually like have a good spot here. It like they climb up a lot in
To
terms
the
of
top
points.
5, right?
To the top 5.
Yep. But I guess it is safe to say if you want to pass through the grand final, Libya is the minimum points. So it's about 141. Meanwhile, Vietnam, Egypt, Bahrain, South Korea are still playing. Even South Korea right now with 114 points, it is still possible for about 3 games, even though it is not an easy task to do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this is, guys, for today's matches, the last 3 games, round 7 up until the round 9, we're gonna see another Rangel Miramar, and also Sanhag is gonna be played by the teams here.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll be fair to see.
will be fair first to see.
Yeah. So the last repetitive map, Erangel, Miramar, Sanok, I guess they already collected all the datas. They already collected all the things that need to be fixed, that need to be improved. And I hope again and again they will show their best, because tomorrow they are going to face another 5 contenders, which 3 of them are the PMGC players. So I think without further ado,
spicy.
we want to see the best gameplay. So can we go to the Erangel?
I think so. Oh, okay.
Still preparing lah.
All right, so El Doge,
What is that?
for the last prediction, who do you favor the most to win this game in your Rangel?
I think right now one of the highest performance team, the most aggressive one, if I can say, Iraq is my prediction.
Oh, so do I.
What?
I also predicting
How
Iraq.
can?
Yeah,
How
because
can?
like as you mentioned
Uh-huh.
earlier, like they are one of the strongest contenders
Yeah,
here,
totally.
especially coming from team Group B. That I can say. So yeah, Iraq, I think is gonna like.
I think most of the teams at Group B is on the blue zone or inside the blue zone. But Iraq is berantem, you know. It's fighting.
Fighting all the time. You know, another Indonesian slang that we can use, dar
What is
der
that?
dor.
Dar der door.
Yeah.
They just
Dar
want
der
to
door.
go towards the circle or go towards the players, and they do not have any hesitation to not fighting with those teams. And I really like about that, because again, maybe that's not the best strategy, but as long as you are on the top 4, it's proven that it is quite strong. Tomorrow they need something new, because I think the other Dar der door team,
Huh?
Fireflux,
Oh,
will be the
yeah.
strongest one so far, because
Ooh.
we already saw how they climb up the points coming from the top 5, top 6 towards the top
Yeah, the middle
3,
one.
if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
go to the grand final. So
Yeah,
yeah.
in the middle and then go to the grand final.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. But Eldoge,
What is that?
classic. Before we jump into the game,
Okay.
Erangel, which is consists of some of the words here. Erangel, E,
N. N.
and
E is for N, right?
oh,
Can I say ra?
Re,
Re.
Re,
Repetitive.
Re,
Repetitive.
Re, no,
Re. You
Ronaldo
don't
is
do
not here.
some inside jokes, you know. That will be done at the grand final itself. Hey, don't
Okay.
forget, ladies and gentlemen, the grand final ticket for PMGC already sold
On
them.
sale,
They're
yeah.
on sale, so you need to get it also. So we are going to the first game for the Group B versus C. Rangel, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Oh my God, I really enjoyed how one of the players from Indonesia is actually like have that kind of cheers, you know, Renalre, because it was so fun to shout that kind of cheering, Renalre, because like not much of a player actually like have those kind of cheers.
I mean, he's shown the best gameplay when it comes to the final for PMPL ID. So, for you guys at home, don't forget to support your nation, support your best team at the column section. You can do for some hashtag, you can just make some good words to the team. So, yeah, you can do anything as long as it is creative and is still good for
Yep.
your team. But back to the game, Donna. The flight path from Stalbert to military base. Chinese
Yeah.
Taipei are playing, right? So I think they can go to the Sosnovka if
Yeah.
they want to.
Yeah, there are definitely. We already see Hong being dropped down and will continue his pathway towards the SMB itself. And Novo Repnoye, I don't see like any team gonna take the road and go to the Novo Repnoye and the circle.
ooh.
Though, what kind of a circle is this? After a lot of good circle for a lot of the teams, now the closing Erangel, we're gonna see some extreme one.
Totally. This is not an easy circle, especially when the circle committing to the Sosnovka Island. Because, you know, a lot of teams are due the loot base or going to the drop spot inside the main island. But when it comes to the secondary one, which is the Sosnovka, they really need to calculate it precisely. But back to the game, the fight, I think, will not be happen because both of the party knows they need to do the loot first. They need to do it fast because there's a chance the zone will go to the south.
Yeah, exactly. A very big chance that the circle is going towards the southern area of the map itself, SMB Island. And this is gonna be a big advantage for Chinese Taipei because we can remember they are the
What?
king
The king.
of the island itself.
The owner, we can
The
say.
owner of SMB.
Yeah.
They got their time more or the most times available here to do the loot phase, and they can also like set up a defensive area. But we can see South Korea movement. They are moving in or making rotation early on.
I mean, this is a classic when it comes to a circle like this. But before all the fight, I want to inform you guys at home, Djibouti, again, they can't play. But again, they are not violating any rules. So we hope the best for them.
Yep.
But again, the important point is they are not violating any rules. So back to the game.
Yep.
I just want to inform you guys also about a circle like this, a classic movement,
Yeah.
a very fast one. Going to the circle, they do not want to be cut their rotation because maybe there must be not only maybe there must be people, players who do the gatekeep at the bridge. Yeah.
Definitely. So whether if the circle is like this, and if you are willing to go south and go to the SMB Island, whether you played early as early as
Yeah, yeah.
possible or as late as possible.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no in between, right?
No. In between is really dangerous. I mean, like when you want to go, but not to really, it is fast, the fastest or the latest, you will be easily being taken down. Like what Maldives right now, they want to try go inside the circle, but I don't know, Guatemala, where's the shot? Finally, it's coming, but the weapon of choice is not that good. PP Bison, for the long range like that, it is not effective. Even right now, the situation changed. The first team even going to the right side of the bridge when it comes to the drone view is actually Maldives, not Guatemala. But at the other hand, Chinese Taipei just met Iraq, and most of the Iraqi players are being down. Is this our jinx again, Donna?
I think so.
Oh my God.
my God. But this is it. Oh my God. The battle on top of the bridge is happening. Chinese Taipei managed to wipe away the players from Team Iraq. And they are gonna have the major win here. A big jackpot for Chinese Taipei. 4 elimination point without losing any member.
I mean, this is a very strong team when it comes to Iraq. They are on the top 4 so far, but I think the benefit coming for Chinese Taipei is this is their place. They know how to play exactly the best when it comes to the bridge war. From the weapon, from the vest, I think for Chinese Taipei, they actually more prepared
Yeah.
than what Iraq had because, you know, Sosnovka providing a very high tier loot for them, even though the vest level 1, but the weapon AK M4 is just so good. So, well played, I guess, for Iraq for the last Evangel before Grand Final.
Yeah, and actually, I really like how Chinese Taipei is moving so fast,
Yeah.
guarding up the edge of the bridge
The
itself.
bridge, yeah.
Because they know exactly that some of the teams is gonna like crossing the bridge as early as possible, so they prevent any some sort of like visitors. And then like minimizing their opponent later on in the middle of the game. So
Yeah.
yeah, well played for Chinese Taipei.
Like I already discussed with you, Donna, earlier. I mean, I changed the maybe to it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be because that's a big benefit when it comes to the first team, the strongest one because you have the drop spot, you have the circle, you do not want to waste it, you want all the elimination, so that way Chinese Taipei is so vast going to the bridge. But I think I really want to change all of my opinions when it comes to the latest or the fastest. I forget. It is not 16 teams.
Yep.
So it is not as compact as we see
Usually.
oftenly or
Yeah.
usually. So yeah, that's the way to play at the southern part of the map. But back to the game, Maldives and also South Korea with the same direction. This is at the southern part of Sosnovka Island itself. So one of the players from Maldives just being taken down, and I think there's no other chance to be revived because it's too open, it's too risky, and I respect what Maldives do right now.
Yep. And Murray is gonna like finished off by you
my
real
boy.
here. Goodbye, Murray. And Maldives is gonna like continue their path with only 3 men now. And once again, playing with 4 men and also playing with 3 men is gonna be like a huge difference in terms of play style and also strategy.
Totally. When it comes to the 4 teams intact or 4 players intact, you know, you can do all the strategy you want. You can be more creative.
Yep.
Yeah, and your awareness is the highest or the prime one when it comes to your team. But when it comes to 3 players, even though you already have the circle, it is not that easy, especially when there is someone who want to occupy your place. So yeah.
Definitely. The easiest example to see is actually like if you lost 1 man, you lost 1 vision or angle to guard, right? Yeah, to guard. So yeah, it's gonna be like a minus kind of thing in terms of like your defense later on and also an offense. But yeah, everything can be done in this kind of game, PUBG Mobile. So yeah, still doable for them.
I think I spot something
What is
new when
that?
it comes to Chinese Taipei. From the weapon they have, from the vest they have, from the scopes they have. I think they are not going to the central area of Sosnovka military base, but they do the scrapping near the bridge area because it doesn't make sense when it comes to Sosnovka, but you do not have M4 at least or a good scopes because yeah, I play a lot when it comes to Sosnovka military base, so I think it's still a good strategy, but
Okay.
it costs a lot of time to Chinese Taipei still doing the same thing. So I think
Yep.
right now for Chinese Taipei, they already gatekeep for a while, but they need to move right now because
Yeah.
their weapon is not that good. Their vest is also not that good. So they need to play at the late game battle because the only power for them right now is the manpower, still with 4 players.
Yep, especially with this kind of the next circle, the second circle being like
Oh,
to move towards the SMB island, but we're gonna like witnessing the big fight between Vietnam and also Bahrain. Both of the teams now playing a little bit lead rotation, classic Vietnam that we can spot it this past several games. They are like battling up in the blue zone, but for now they managed to get away from the initiative that made by Bahrain.
I mean, there is some similarity when it comes to these teams or these parties between Vietnam and also Bahrain, because when it comes to the drop spot, Vietnam players are going to the hospital. Meanwhile, the Bahrain teams are going to the scrapping area around the Gatka.
Yeah.
So it's logically, when it comes to the rotation or the repositioning, same goes for both of them. So
Yeah.
the meet-up between those parties expected. But yeah, I think both of the parties or both of the teams or both of the country, they won some boots. And very pure and pre-morts is actually quite tricky because sometimes you can find the boat there, but it is not an exact location. Sometimes
Yeah.
it can move around. So yeah, so bad for Vietnam and also Bahrain. They need to find some new strategy.
So, talking about like you mentioned about the rotation, the same path in terms of rotation of Vietnam and also Team Bahrain. It eventually like only the matters of who is gonna like zoned out or pressured,
yeah.
pressure to get away in the first place. And what we saw is Vietnam is the one is gonna be forced to went away and gonna like see searching for the other way to rotate, like you mentioned. Maybe like they're gonna find some boat, and they
Yeah.
found one finally. And they are gonna take the rotation, a long rotation for now, and I believe they are gonna touch down into the southern area of SMB Island
Yeah,
itself.
I think so. But I really like the proactive movement coming from Vietnam. So the split coming to the to the pre-morts, sorry, to the pre-morts, it actually works quite well
Yeah.
because they know there are some place that can spawn a boats. So one of the player that being shot by Bahrain, there's one spot there, but the other searching for some boat place at a certain part of the Primors itself, and they found it. So good news for Vietnam. I think Bahrain right now in a trouble situation because the bridge is still get capped by the players. But speaking of bridge, Guatemala right now try to do some surprise attack. I guess Ghana right now will be their guess.
Oh my God! But not only about the bridge war, what
Okay.
is so interesting, but also the hard shift in terms of the zone now. The zone really favoring the eastern side of the SMB island itself. A lot of teams is actually like already have the spot to manage there. One of them being Maldives and also Egypt in the north, in the eastern area of the circle itself. Chinese Taipei got to move really soon towards or into the zone itself, but the right bridge, the right side of the bridge itself, which is we see now, is gonna be like a big battle. And this is it. The surprise attack has been made by David, and they managed to take one man down.
David, what a good shot with the M4, even without any scopes, with only an iron sight, but that's not good enough to confirm the elimination because, you know, it's quite hard to do the shooting without any scopes, only with iron sight, but still a very good effort coming from Maldives. The confirmed elimination happened, but right now, coming from the elimination phase, I think one team with a very strong performance right now is Maldives, because when we back to the earlier stage of the game, we can saw that Maldives, then Guatemala, then right now Mauritius.
Yeah.
So that way, Maldives right now have the highest stage of the mountain, if I'm not mistaken, around the Sosnovka area. So the vision is so good. Even Guatemala, they already did quite well with the gatekeep, but right now they're being pushed. They are being shot by the players of Maldives at the high ground. But look at Jordan. This is what Donna already mentioned before. You do not want to be the fastest when your drop spot is quite far from the zone. So Jordan really doing a very late rotation because they know
Yeah.
they can still tank the blue zone. But when it comes to the third towards the fourth circle, they need to go inside at that time.
Yeah, they want to be the one who's tailing the other teams, not to be tailed in terms of, or speaking about Jordan itself. And now they're still in the blue zone though, still kind of looking around which area to spot or which area to touch down. But Mauritius sides, they are bombarded by Team Maldives. Maldives also already gathering some information. The right side, there are Team Guatemala, and the left side, there are Team Jordan. But Matt though, Matt didn't even given a single tap towards the players for Jordan.
I think Maldives know exactly when it comes to a long-range battle, it can be always be an elimination. So that way they try to knock them down, but the shot coming from the lower ground, there is a positivity when it comes to lower ground and also high ground.
Yeah.
Each side have its own benefit.
Yeah.
When it comes to high ground, you have a lot of vision towards all the enemies. But when you are at the lower ground and try to shoot the people at the high ground, the hat it is easily being shot. And I know what you want to discuss about the zone, right?
What
the
is
shifting,
this?
the shifting, going back towards the southwest area. So it is so stressful towards
Yeah.
all the players. Even Bahrain right now, one by one of their players being taken down.
Yeah, bouncing quite extreme now. Not quite extreme, but very extreme.
It's very extreme.
We can see that some of the players or some of the teams is already like securing the spot in the eastern area, and the around military base spot is like quiet, empty now. But
Oh.
Bahrain though, they played it too late, I believe. They are still in the blue zone for now and only left with one man standing.
Like I already mentioned, Bahrain, when they met Vietnam, Vietnam do the proactive, searching for another boot spot. Meanwhile, I think Bahrain still playing around at the edge of the bridge. But we are back to the fight. Look at Vietnam right now. They are the conqueror of the southern part of the map of the Sosnovka Island from a long range. What a good shot. One player from Ghana, I believe, is being taken down. South Korea tried to go inside the circle too, but Maldives, again, I think will be a very hard contender, very strong one, because since the beginning, they are the controller of the high ground without any shot, without any damage coming from all around the area, because they are so hard to be taken down because high ground again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
high ground advantage for
high ground
now.
advantage.
But speaking about like Team Vietnam, not only they've been pressured by one team or one country, that being said by South Korea, but now they're being pressured also by Team Ghana.
Yep,
It's
yep.
like quite a long way to go in by
Ooh.
Vietnam, but Mado has some of a struggling moment, but he make it out alive.
Yeah, I really like how Toxin, even though two players from Maldives being taken down, because it's not easy to go down from the high hills, but at least they already have the shelter around the military base area. But at the same time, the last man standing from Guatemala also doing the same. Well, sorry, two of the men from Guatemala also doing the same. But the weapon of choice is not
Yeah.
still not good, especially for David, one of the players from Guatemala, because if I'm not mistaken, he is still using AK for a mid-range. I think it is so hard to control, especially after the aim assist is not on anymore. So, coming back to Uriel, the same M4 with me, but I don't know, he changed the M4 right now. He's not using the techno cord anymore. Shooting towards the Ghana players, not only one. Spam even at the low HP, but one player from Ghana that being taken down. Confirmed as an elimination. Right now, Ghana in a very pain situation. South Korea, Vietnam still pressing them. They're not an easy target usually, but right now, the zone, the terrain is not helping them at all.
Yeah, the condition actually like kind of reverse for Ghana, South Korea, and also Vietnam. And just like that, Mufasa is left there hanging right. Only the last man standing from Ghana itself, and actually like yeah, he still got smokes to cover up
But,
himself. But though Big Star is coming and crashing him out of the game. gonna eliminate it.
Yeah, a big benefit when it comes to your team when you still have a very versatile vehicle like Buggy. When it comes to a game like this, the prone players can be spotted easily, but I think all the players from the edge of the circle know what is the exact task they need to be done. They want to go toward the circle, but Eagle or Vietnam, it's only left with only 2 players, and it is not easy at all for them because they do not have vehicle. Maldives at the same time, even though they already knocked down, got the elimination from Guatemala, but right now only left with Toxin. And without being said, the Smoke will reveal his own position. Not only Smoke, Nate's also, but this is a very well done Nate coming from Iraq. No, Jordan. So that's it. The gameplay coming from Team Maldives ends here. So yeah, it's never been an easy game when you're already left alone with only 1 player.
Exactly. And that was a beautiful grenade toss.
A beautiful one, yeah.
That being made by, I believe that was Ragnarok, right?
Yeah, from Jordan.
From Jordan. That was a beautiful one. But talking about one, this is one esports team which representing Team Chinese Taipei. They already got their spot here, and also they are already setting up their defensive area for now, and also collecting a bunch of information around them. And South Korea, I really cannot wait to see which spot that will they take, because they are still on the edge of the circle around and nearby them there are Team Mauritius.
I mean, I really like how South Korea treat the last circle. They use the vehicle towards the enemy, but look at this push towards the Mauritius. Suddenly, 2 of the players just being down, and that's it. Mauritius went back to the lobby. What a game, what a push from South Korea. Again, vehicle, not only for your transportation or the transportation device, but when it comes to the late game, it will be a very big help for you when you want to push toward the enemy. But Chinese Taipei knew the exact location from South Korea. The nade is connected, but Big Star is being finished by Vietnam. So Vietnam really play quite patiently without any vehicle. They still can go down from the hill without noticed by anyone, and still can get a lot of elimination, I guess.
I get like kind of deja vu seeing like Team Vietnam's rotation for now. Like I believe, like I witnessed the position or the gameplay that been played at Sanhok, which they were actually like kind of struggling to move into the zone, but eventually in the end of the day they managed to get to the late game. So I think this is the thing or the condition that is continuously done by Team Vietnam. They are still on the game with 2 players and also collecting 6 elimination points. But not only Vietnam, Egypt and also Jordan is gonna take more elimination points. But with that being said, Egypt taken 1 man down from Jordan. But in terms of position, Team Jordan still managed to save Esawi up.
I mean, it's not only about the position. Jordan still having a prime vehicle. Again, when it comes to the late game, we already discussed it a lot. They need it. They really need it. And I think Jordan already realized it. They need to go toward the circle. But Egypt with a good defense. So bad. The Chinese Taipei players are going push towards the Jordan player. 1 already being knocked down. 1 at the low HP. And look at that. Ragnarok again. Showing his quality. 2 players from Chinese Taipei down with a close combat battle. And adding more elimination for Jordan.
Oh my god, Jordan with 4 men up. This team is really dangerous. Even Ragnarok is down now. They still managed to save the other teams now. But Laith and also Esawi, they are really being pressured so hardly by the other teams around them. But now they still managed to save their life up. But we are gonna see the battle between South Korea and also Team Vietnam, because Will 2 is spotted on. Trade knock has been happening between Vietnam and also Team South Korea. Mathboy being the last man standing has been spotted out, and Chua Chong finishing him off. Get out from here, South Korea, by Team Vietnam.
I mean, Vietnam did it again. They are low-key, do not want to join the fight when it comes to the movement, because they need to go down from the hill. Again, I already discussed they do not have any vehicle, but with that low-key kind of moment, they can sneaky going inside the circle and becomes a big trouble when it comes to the late game. But right now, 3 teams with a different personal, different players. 3 for Jordan, 3 for Egypt, and 2 for Vietnam. But look at those shots coming from Jordan again late. One of the players shocking the play-ins with the highest elimination for individual, 12-1. 12 elimination, I mean, right now giving the pressure towards the Egypt and Vietnam. At the same time, they need to move. Look at Jordan. They are not ending the war. They are still shooting towards the enemy. And I think one of the players from Egypt already being low HP, but still can or manage to do some hiding. But for long, for how much time Egypt has, because after this, the zone will go towards the circle, and it is not easy for those who are still at the edge.
Yeah, the zone, the circle is not
God.
favoring anyone because it is so centered and also so open. Both Egypt and also Jordan that have been initiating a big war really need to be moving for now, and that is gonna like what the thing is gonna like they do for now. Egypt tail is gonna try to sneaky BT towards the center of the circle, but no smokes at all has been popped by Egypt and also Jordan.
Yeah, but I think the shot, the ammunition coming from Jordan is quite a lot because they are still shooting, especially look at that shot, another headshot, and it is a confirmed knockdown. And I think Jordan knows where is the last player from Egypt. Still being spotted, not only late, Ragnarok also do the part well, even not only from Jordan, Vietnam, shooting towards the Egypt players. It is not an easy way. It is the worst condition for Egypt right now. Even one of the players still not doing the healing. He's still at the red bar. Finally, with the boosting, still can help him, but the one being knocked down can be revived. Surely, 100% fully, it can be revived. Look at the pressure. Still go towards the Egypt area. I think this is the worst situation for Egypt. But Jordan, even though at the late game they are still having the vehicle, this is one of the power. But Ragnarok being taken down by again none other than Vietnam. They are laying down. They really want the chance. They want the best momentum, and when they have it, they maximize it to the max, I guess. So yeah, shooting towards from Chua Chong again towards the Jordan. Not predicted. Still giving a lot of damage, and Jordan. And yeah, they are still hiding for a while because I think they are surprised by the shot coming from Vietnam.
Again, we kind of see
Chua Chong.
a ghost movement from
Oh
Vietnam.
my
This is deja
God.
vu. And it's kind of like a ninja move by Vietnam. Somehow they managed to get into the zone safely and
two nades.
bombard 2 nades towards the players from Jordan. But there are some counter nades has been thrown, but they are not the same direction. 2-on-2K managed to be taken down by 1v1 situation now for Jordan and also Team Vietnam.
Yup. 1v1 situation for sure. Esawi will fight Chua Chong. Chua Chong in most favors. Helmet level 3, vest level 3 from the airdrop, but I do not see the weapon that they pick from the airdrop. But the nade coming from Jordan. What a Kobe to end the game. What a good calculation, and congratulations, Jordan, with the winner chicken dinner. We do not hear any clicking from the nades. Suddenly, it's just thrown by the Jordan, and it ends the game from Vietnam. What an Erangel match.
Yeah, the cook timing though, that was so perfect. The direction though, the spot though, that was so perfect.
Yeah.
Because actually like the players from Jordan is actually already know the spot of the last man standing from Vietnam itself. So yeah, might as well throw a nades and finish the game with a winner chicken dinner. So we're gonna like see or watch once again the highlights of the Erangel, of this amazing Erangel.
I mean, we can say that this is a classic Erangel because when we miss Erangel so much, we knew a lot of things happened at the bridge. Even though the new Erangel upgraded or upgrading the bridge itself, but still the gatekeep can or possible to be happen. So really amazing coming from Chinese Taipei, really amazing coming from Guatemala. But in Guatemala case, they missed the calculation. Maldives running first, go to the high ground and make them in the bad situation or in the bad position.
Yeah, and once again, what I can mention is actually about Vietnam. I kind of deja vu to see this kind of movement. They struggling a lot actually in
yeah.
the middle of the game because we can remember they've been like gatekept by Bahrain in the main island area, and they have to take a boat to to rotate towards the southern area of the SMB island itself. And when they touched down in the coastal area, the zone shifted away from them, and then they need to move. And there are some South Korea team gatekeep them as well, and not only South Korea but also Ghana.
Ghana, and also not to mention Maldives.
Maldives as well.
So it is a very full pack action, I guess, for Vietnam. For the hardest way, I think Vietnam really did it well. So like I mentioned earlier, when they do the proactive movement, they search the boat, that is the winning condition for them. But like Chuchu always said, save the best for the last. The nades coming from Jordan, who knew they still have the nades after a long fight with Egypt, a long fight with Guatemala, long fight with Maldives. They still have the nades and save for the last for the predicted place, which is behind the airdrop.
Yeah, because they looted their enemy down.
Yeah, it can
actually,
be. It can be.
Because like there are a lot of enemy. 13 elimination point for Vietnam, but Jordan collected 7 elimination point. So with that being said, even though Jordan that got winner chicken dinner, but the total elimination point from Vietnam is higher than them. So yeah, 25 total elimination point for Vietnam. There are 3 points gap between Jordan and also Vietnam.
This is a really satisfied game. I mean, there are 2 different options. You want the game like Jordan, you push towards an ordinary way, which is going to the bridge, fight with the gatekeepers, or you are in a very bad situation, but you still can pull it out because you are playing quite smart in the late game like Vietnam. So both of the parties respected by me. So yeah.
So yeah, Eldoge, when life gives you lemon, might as well you make lemonade, right?
Yeah,
That's what Jordan did actually.
When life gives you
What?
milk,
Milk?
you make the milk lah. Ice milk.
Okay. I will make the ice milk. Then look at the travel distance by Vietnam.
Oh, I mean, when your life gives you cow, that's what I mean. You make the milk lah. Why milk, ice milk?
Okay, I know, Eldoge, you want milk so bad now.
So sorry guys. It's already quite late, so yeah.
We need milk.
We need milk. Overall statistic, 39 elimination, but not to mention Group B versus C reduced by 1 team because again Djibouti can play, so it's still a big numbers. They are fighting quite a lot and a huge fight, but for airdrop looted, this is the highest.
Yeah, huge.
This is
huge.
highest, I guess.
This is hard.
Because when it comes to 3, we already say it as a high amount of numbers, but 4 is a huge numbers, especially at the latest moment for Vietnam. But I don't know, maybe the weapon is like AWM or AMR links, so Chua Chong
didn't
use it, doesn't swap the weapon. So yeah, 137 throw use. I think this is actually logically happen because a lot of teams being get capped and they can't do anything about it, so just being wiped out to the lobby. And Chua Chong, the second, and this is the same record with late 12 elimination for individual record. So Chua Chong again showing us the quality of his gameplay, the most available player, the damage 1600 more, and the heals is 290 again. From this statistic, he is doing very well. And Chua Chong!
Yes, here is Chua Chong! Congratulations! You slay the game, become MVP of the match. You deserve it so much, Chua Chong. And also Team Vietnam, congratulations. Even though you're not winning the winner chicken dinner, but the point though is bigger than Jordan.
Yeah, it's bigger than Jordan because a lot of elimination. But still, shout out for Jordan. It is so great coming from them. How they can fight all the gatekeepers is respected because it is not easy at all. Breach is kind of scary.
Very scary.
Yeah, very scary when it comes to people from northern side or from the main island when the zone shift toward the southern. but Jordan did it pretty well.
Yeah, Jordan did it pretty well, and also Vietnam did it pretty well in terms of the condition that they got, and
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of like also the rotation that they got. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the opening game between Group B versus C. We still got 2 more games left for them, and we're still gonna witnessing who's the top 11 teams is gonna proceeding towards or into the grand final tomorrow. But before we jump into the second game, we're gonna toss it back to our amazing host, which is Gary Ekas. So, Mas Ger, take it away.
Take it away.
Thank you once again, Dona Visca and Eldoge. So guys, congratulations once again for Jordan and for the MVPs from Vietnam. And before we are going to the commercial break, I have another questions about Ayam. Are you ready? Ayam questions ready? Okay. Ayam apa yang tidak pernah sendirian? Ayam apa yang tidak pernah sendirian? Salah. Ayam apa yang tidak pernah sendirian? Ayam betutu. See you guys after this. Still on IESF 14 World Esports Championship.